harnessing their small thoughts from just being dreams to being realities. We've done it.
Yeah, and in this journey,
Yes.
what are some of the issues in terms of the real challenges? Have you failed in your businesses?
Very many times.
And how does it look like to fail? And give us a typical picture of that.
Failing is a learning process. I've failed. I failed in the year 2003. I used to work in a hospital. After I'd worked for about 4 or 5 years, it was a project. I was paid my gratuity. It was a lot of money. It was millions of shillings. So I went on and saw a gap.
So tell us how many millions, Daktari?
It was a lot of millions. It was over 10 million. So we went and I wanted to do sugar production because at that time the sugar industry was collapsing. So I fabricated a cane crusher, went and settled somewhere down in southern part of Nyanza, and I lost all that money. Then came back to Nairobi. So entrepreneurship calls for resilience. Failing in one step should not stop you from moving on. Failing is a lesson to learn. I still came back. I had all these ideas. Machine fabrication was going on. Came back and rebuilt myself. And here I am, still manufacturing today.
At that particular point, how did it look like in terms of...
No, I thought at that time
in terms of your finances, in terms of generally?
The finance, because I got what you call a gratuity. A gratuity is a one-off payment after you worked for some time, like a lump sum. Now, what came in my mind was machinery. And I thought, like, given that there is a gap, the sugar companies are dying, let me go and put up a mini sugar plant in somewhere near Wendo. But it required a lot more money than I thought. It just didn't require saving. It required investment. It required networks. It requires a lot of that. We started, we did it, but it didn't grow as fast as we wanted. So I sold it off at a loss, came back, reshaped my mind again and re-strategized, went into telecommunication, built up some software. I'm not an IT guy, but I built up a software and which grew. And that is what I used for winning the GTHAD Award in 2009. It was this tracking thing, an asset tracking software. Today, almost all cars are tracked using what you call the car trackers. And I had that as in the way back in 1999. And in 2009, it won the GTHAD Award. So what I'm saying is that all these small ideas are feasible. I have no IT training, but I can put up a few things together to build a software that works. And it worked. By then, my plastic idea was somewhere. So it was during that time that the bulb went off, where the plastic came up, the tracking software also went up, and I thought, like, I think I'm better off as an entrepreneur than being an employee. But the challenges are there because they require a lot of money. You sink and lose a lot of money during your startup time. But with networks, with potential investors, and that is why I pray that Africa could have 10, 20 more Tony Elumelus, then a lot of people who are experiencing this sort of challenge that I went through can be cushioned to grow to what I am today.